Alright everyone, today's video is consequences. And the first question you should ask yourself is, why do I want consequences, right? This is a game where we're supposed to be having fun. Well, part of that fun is the consequences, the negatives, right? You can't just do all the crazy stuff you want and then have no repercussions because there's going to be no stakes and it's not going to be very fun. So, you need to have consequences for there to be any stakes for the game to be any fun. But a bigger answer to that is, if you're going for an epic style game, which is what I focus on, if you're going for an epic style game, you're going to need consequences to keep that immersion and realism up there. Because if they're just going around murking people and stealing left and right like Skyrim, and there's no consequences, I mean it's not immersive at all. It's not an epic campaign. They're just playing Skyrim. And as I said a few days ago, 5th edition is not a video game. It's just not. If you come at it with video game logic, you're not going to have a very fun time. I have more fun playing Skyrim than I do having fun playing Skyrim with my imagination and paper and a bunch of nerds, right? So you want the consequences to keep up the realism and to make the game real and to try and do away with some of that video game logic. I had a guy come to one of my sessions with video game logic, and I just gave him a super hard double whammy of consequences, a little shot of reality, and he played his character much better after that. I'm 100% sure he came there with a video game mentality, like, oh, this is just Skyrim with paper, it should be fun. No, the consequences solve that really fast, and he came with a better character next time, and we had fun. So, you know, it seems like it would have a feel-bad effect having consequences, but you really need them, and it is a good effect when you have consequences in your game. But not just negatives, because consequence has a very negative connotation. There need to be good and bad things that happen as they play. So if they steal a lot and they get an investigator and then they get caught, well, they go to prison, and that's the end of the campaign. But if they are heroes, have the citizens be, very conciliatory, be very generous, very, very kind and charitable and compassionate towards these heroes that save their land, because that's a good, I think it's a reasonable effect for what would happen if you are a actual hero who slays dragons. The people are not going to be treating you like some commoner. They're going to be treating you like you're special because you saved them from a dragon. So I think that's another example of how consequences are very important to the realism of your game. I'm worried that the wind is having a bad effect on the audio, but I don't know if there's anything I can do about that because it's a very windy place that I'm at. So I don't know, guys. I'm sorry about that, guys. So tell me what you think in the comments, I guess. I lost my train of thought. But okay, so the next thing you want with your consequences is you want them to be natural and logical. Because if it's an unnatural, if it's a forced consequence, if it just feels like they're being railroaded into like a prison or something, it's not going to feel good. It's going to have a feel-bad effect. And remember, feel bad is what you want to avoid. The game is about giving your players feel-good moments. So, what I mean by that is, if they are just walking around being lawful citizens, no, the guards are not going to arrest them. They're not going to be aggressive at all. But if they break the law, then the guards will try and arrest them, but they won't try and kill them. They're not going to... I would probably almost never kill my players with guards. I think that would be a very bad situation that you've gotten yourself into if you kill your players with a guard. It just doesn't feel right to me. Because guards are by nature lawful, and unless the sentence where you're at is death, which it very well could be, I wouldn't have the guards just murk them on the spot. I would have the guards try and arrest them, just beat them to unconsciousness or submission, and then arrest them, which is a very natural and logical consequence. On the converse, if you have a wizard, a bandit wizard out in the middle of nowhere, and they storm his highly guarded tower when they probably shouldn't, maybe they die. That seems like a natural consequence of that, is death, because they made a bad decision, and they made it against someone who was more than willing to kill them. They probably die, and it doesn't seem like it feels good to say that, but if you don't have a big consequence for doing something stupid like that, they're going to think, oh, it's fine, he'll pull his punches, I have plot armor, and you don't want them to think they have plot armor, because if they have plot armor in your game, there's no stakes, and it's not fun, and we want stakes, and that's why we want consequences. So if we let them live through that, it's not going to be a very good deal. Now, you can get yourself out of it, of course, without a TPK. I honestly prefer a TPK in this situation if they do something that crazy, like storm a wizard's tower that they're clearly not prepared for. Kill them, or kill several. Just, lay down the law, destroy some of these party members, destroy their arrogance, and if it's a TPK, start a new campaign. You've got some players, they know the ropes, they know you're more than willing to kill them. Start a new campaign, it'll be good, it'll be fun. If you pull your punches there, if you give them plot armor, they're going to keep thinking they have plot armor. You can't do that. You got to break them of thinking they have plot armor, because If they have farm, there's no stakes and it's not fun. And I said that already, but still, it's an important point. I want to say it twice. Right? And another point is not every enemy is going to be killing them, beating them, all that kind of stuff. Maybe there's a gnome who hates the color purple, and if they show up wearing purple things, he hides from them and he refuses to speak, and he hides until the purple is gone, and then he comes out like, oh cool, there's a gnome who hates purple, right? And that's kind of a weird example, but that's just a consequence of what you're wearing. So not all consequences are super serious, but most of them usually are. And remember, there are good consequences as well. So when they rescue the princess, don't give them nothing but a kiss like she does in Mario. Give them a castle and a lordship and a duchy, right? It seems like a very natural consequence to saving the princess of the kingdom is getting a little piece of land and a title. Gosh, that wind! I don't know how that's affecting you. I'm really sorry about that. But a pro tip before I go is to lay down the law. Make sure the players know that they're not special and that there will be consequence for their action, because this breaks video game mentality and it breaks the thought that they have plot armor. And with those gone, your game has much more of a real feel and it actually matters, and they're going to have way more fun. And if they just can't handle that, maybe the game is not for them. It's not for everyone. But goodbye, good luck, and have fun in your games.